You maybe not seen a gym this crowded or this loud since pre-COVID. It's Peekskill in the state tournament, and there's your star Jaden Chavis, number 0 in the fourth quarter. But let's rewind to pregame. Jaden Chavis, Mr. Basketball candidate, didn't come out with his team in pregame because he was ill. He's battling the flu. He wasn't supposed to play tonight. So they start the game off, and there he is on the left. He's in the sweatpants with the jersey on. He warmed up for momentarily, but never was going to play. So then we go to action. Peekskill taking on Binghamton, opening tip, and we're off and running. Peekskill out, trying to get an early lead. Binghamton, a team they beat in the regular season with Chavis. A very difficult matchup. Peekskill, though, handled themselves early on. Three-pointer knocked down there by Isaiah Crawford. The Red Devils had the lead early on in this game.
Peekskill now up by 4. You're wondering where Jaden Chavis is, number 0 for Peekskill. Well, right around before the tip-off, we learned that he has fallen ill and most likely will not play in this basketball game tonight, which is a big one for the Red Devils.
As you can see on the bench here, there's Chavis, all the way on the end of the bench, not playing, in sweatpants, sitting far away from his team because he's probably contagious with the flu. Final seconds of the first quarter, shot goes up, Peekskill in control, knocked in. That's Crawford. He had a monster game, carried the team with Chavis on the bench. But things change in the second half. Binghamton takes the lead. Monster 3 there. They started to break this game open late in the third quarter. Here you see, there's Chavis still on the end of the bench, not playing, and obviously his presence is missed. In the final seconds here of the third quarter, another opportunity for Binghamton to expand its lead. They drive in, the buzzer beater, it's in, it's good. And it was right around this time that Chavis disappeared from the Peekskill bench. He went into the Peekskill locker room to change out of his sweatpants because he was cold and into his uniform.
Once again, Peekskill playing this game without the services of one of their leaders, Jaden Chavis, the all-section selection this year, who fell ill prior to the game.
Trailing by 4 at this point, early in the fourth quarter. And again, Chavis not on the bench just yet. But there, as you can see here, he's returned. He's at the end of the bench. He's in his uniform, full uniform, putting his sneakers on, tying them up. Now you can still see him here as this basket goes in, tie the game up with 6:47. He's there, still tying his shoes up, getting ready to go into this game. It was at this moment when it was 43 all, the putback basket gave Binghamton the lead, that it was time for Chavis to return, and head coach Tyrone Seawright sends it to the table and decides to call a timeout. The Peekskill crowd recognizes it, and you can see him waving his arms. He's returning to this game. He is going to play on a night where no one expected him to be out there. So at the timeout, people realize
there will be a timeout on the play, and who is on the court for Peekskill? None other than number 0, Jaden Chavis.
Here's his first touch of the game. It's a 4-point deficit, and he loses the basketball. Up the floor, Peekskill shot blocked. That was Zeke Jones who rejects a shot, keeps it a 4-point game. Took Chavis a few minutes, but watch this. Inbounding, finding the cutter. Here's Crawford, lays it up and in. Beautiful assist for Chavis. 3-point game, 2:20 to play, timeout Peekskill. Here, now it's Crawford driving again. This shot misses. Webster there for the putback. 1:32 left, 50-49, Binghamton leads. On the other end, drive in the lane for Binghamton, shot misses, rebound for the Red Devils, and Peekskill will take a timeout, talk things over. At the timeout, this is the play they run.
State regional final themselves. Here's the handoff, it's Chavis baseline, up and under, reverse! And what a time for the big man to come alive, coming off the bench, giving Peekskill a 1-point lead.
Now, here's the reverse angle. Chavis just sneaking in, backdoor, beautiful finish for the Mr. Basketball candidate, all-section player. Peekskill psyched up. Chavis, he would go to the bench here, and he actually looked like he was going to be sick and had to leave the game. He would stay in. Here's a foul. Binghamton would go to the line, 4-2, miss both free throws, but gets the rebound with 30 seconds left. Binghamton ball, 1-point game. They're trying to get that go-ahead basket, working the ball on the perimeter, but Isaiah Crawford comes in and takes the pass away. Goes up the floor, layup is good. It's 53-50 Peekskill. Here comes Binghamton, final seconds, up the court, trying to get a shot off. Deflected, almost stolen, three-pointer in the final seconds is off the mark. The putback basket was good, but time had run out. Binghamton was out of timeouts, and Peekskill, with Jaden Chavis playing in the final 6 minutes, somehow finds a way.
Red Devils guarding the perimeter. Here's the three-pointer by Razak, no good. Underneath, the putback with 1 second left by Summers is good, but it's not enough. Peekskill has defeated Binghamton, 53-52.
Jaden Chavis coming over to the crowd on this side of the court. It is mayhem at Yorktown High School. Chavis would repeatedly say, I have the flu, but he still managed to play through it. Shook hands with the opposing team. Hopefully no one got sick. Waving to the crowd goodbye. Long drive back up to Binghamton. Red Devils, they live to see another day, and their head coach Tyrone Seawright has no one to thank but his man, Jaden Chavis.